Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Votonomous here, and I'm back with another tier list, and today's tier list is going to be how much fun I have going up against killers as a survivor. Now, I am a survivor man, and I've played against all of these killers a plethora of times, except for maybe the newest one. I haven't really gotten to play against the newest one as much as I would have liked, but I did get to play up against the new killer a decent bit. But I'm going to use my over, 2,000 hours of expertise to rank the most fun I have against killers. You're going to learn my playstyle and what killers I love going up against the most, and all that jazz. So we're going to start. Yeah, you guys can say hello. I do stream, by the way. I stream every Sunday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you subscribe and you join the streams. Also, I am looking to hit 2,000 subscribers. So if you subscribe and I do hit 2K by the end of the month, I will dress up as Pomni from the Amazing Digital Circus in one live stream and one YouTube video. Okay, with that being said, let's get right into it. So, we have the tiers. We have I love them. This is the best tier you could possibly get. This means I love going up against them. Whenever I queue up against this killer and I see this killer, I'm very excited for the match ahead. I don't mind, meaning like, maybe I should change this to like. Maybe I should change, because I'm kind of being harsh. I like them. So we're going to do I like them. So obviously not as strong as love. Meh. As in, like, I don't really care. It doesn't bother me, but I'm not going to have fun, but I'm not going to hate it. I don't like them, and then, fuck. So, here we go. We're about to begin with Trapper. Trapper is... okay, I'm going to be honest. This is going to be one of the only killers on this list that I think isn't fun, not because they're powerful, but because they're boring. Like, this is the epitome of, like, I think you're a boring killer. And maybe I'm gonna make a brand new tier, because most of this is like, I love you, or like, I hate you, right? But I can't really say that about Trapper, because Trapper's just, like, I don't hate going up against him, I just think he's boring. I don't find his traps to be fun. Trapper in meh. Basement Trapper is fun to go against, but otherwise I have no strong opinion. I just think, for the most part, he's boring. I don't think he does much that's really engaging in chases. I mean, it's kind of fun to try to loop him, but the second he drops a trap, then it's like, okay, I guess I'm gonna go somewhere else. And then he hardly really gets to catch up, because if he commits to the trap placement, then you get to your next loop, right? Like, it's honestly not even fun to loop the guy. I think it's just kind of boring. I think he's one of the most boring killers to go up against in this game. I came here because I saw they had a Resident Evil book and some good DVD here. Where? Books A Million? Barnes & Noble? It's nice to see a Trapper now and then. It's like watching a nature documentary. I have major respect for the people who play Trapper. I really do, but I just don't... I don't get giddy whenever I see a Trapper. I just think, like... You know what I mean? But it is really... like, for me, it's boring. Wraith. Wraith has, like... Wraith only has one ability. And I honestly think it's kind of fun to try to go up against. If they really know what they're doing and they try to body block you at, like, a pallet, that could get annoying. However, I actually have a lot of fun trying to scope out where a Wraith is, because you can actually see where a Wraith is even if they're invisible, because they have that glare to them. So I actually do like going up against Wraith. Wraith is also meh, chases alright, no big X factor, but looking out for his sound and shimmer is engaging. Yeah, I think what's so fun about Wraith is that when he's not in a chase and you're on a gen, you really have to look out. You have to stay alert on the gen that you're on. Otherwise, he's just gonna catch you off guard and you're kind of toast. So I think the most fun about Wraith is the very beginning. The actual chase itself, a lot of people do like staying cloaked and then just eating pallets. which isn't super fun. Maybe I agree. Maybe I put him in meh. Like, there are certain factors about him that I actually like, but there are other factors about him that, like, depending on who is playing him, that I'm just like, whatever. He's kind of like a palate muncher. I'd put Wraith in meh. I wouldn't say boring. I hate basically all stealth killers, but damn, I love Wraith. Wraith is kind of cool. Okay. Hillbilly. I can't lie. I actually love Hillbilly. I think Hillbilly's a lot of fun to go up against. I think trying to dodge his chainsaw is so... It's so anxiety-inducing, but it's so fun. Like, in a good... It's anxiety-inducing in a good way. Like, it's supposed to be a horror game, and at any moment, if I fuck up, I'm going to get downed. But if I don't fuck up, it's going to feel so good. It's going to feel so good. Chases against a Hillbilly is so fun. I like going against Billy. I don't love him, but he's fun, and it's funny to see him run at Mach speeds. Curving Hillbillies are funner than newer ones, too. I actually love going up against Hillbilly. I think he's really fun to try to dodge. Give me anything to try to dodge, and I typically like it. You gotta stay alert when you're doing gens. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Hillbilly is such a good cat and mouse dynamic, fun to bait and loop. And if Billy gets you with the chainsaw, you're just down, right? Like, it is either a huge dopamine rush that, like, you keep dodging him, but if you fuck up, you fuck up. Like, he is fun. I think he's fun. I love him. Whenever I see a Hillbilly, I'm like, it's cool. That's hot. I like it. Okay, Nurse. Okay, here's the thing. Honestly, I don't think I like Nurse either way, because if you're going up against a brand new Nurse, if you just so happen to queue up against a guy who's playing as Nurse for like one of the first few times ever, what's going on, March? How you doing? Billy can actually be scary. Oh yeah, he definitely can. If you're going up against a Nurse that's new at the game and is just trying to get used to Nurse, it's not even that fun because chases aren't really that engaging. You're just kind of like destroying them. On the flip side, if you go up against a Nurse that's really friggin' good, you're cooked. you're kind of cooked. Nurse evens out to meh for me. New are really good Nurses. I don't like them. But intermediate Nurses are in I love them tier. I feel like it's rare to find an intermediate Nurse, though. Like, somebody that kind of knows what they're doing, but they're not God tier. I feel like that's very rare. I feel like these days, you either run into a Nurse that's, like, new, so it's, like, kind of boring, or you run into a Nurse that's, like, just hours on that killer, and then you get screwed. I think overall, I'm going to say I don't like them. I don't have, like, a strong hate towards Nurse, but I feel like a majority of the time, it's exactly what I just said, right? I either way, I'm not really having too much fun with Nurse. So that's where I'm gonna have to place him. I think that she deserves it right there. Hello, what's going on? Familiar, how you doing? Fun to try to dodge and weave her line of sight. It's kind of fun to do that, but like I feel like I could do that very easily. Like if I can do that, I feel like it's a new Nurse. If I can't do it, it's a pro Nurse. So, like, either way, I don't know. When you're going against a good Nurse, you have to pray that your teammate know how to spread the generators well. Yeah. Of all Nurses, hot take, it's 10 times better than Blight. We'll get there. Michael? I don't know. I would say, like, pre-rework Michael, I would have put in, like, either meh or I like them. I don't know, but nowadays Michael is definitely not in I like them. Because the dash is obnoxious. Anytime you give a killer a dash and it breaks a pallet, it's just kind of annoying. There's only one killer that comes to mind that has a dash that breaks pallets that I don't mind. Otherwise, and the fact that Michael's is an insta-down as well, so you really got to be careful with it. It's very stressful. Also, I just don't dig the whole, like, I'm running away from Michael, but I can see him in the distance, like, trying to walk towards me, but he's stalking. I don't really find that to be too engaging. Michael, after the rework, is abysmal. Before it was neat, since he was so unique. The dash is what really kills it for me. And the reason why, like, pre-rework Michael, I would have put in meh, because I still don't like the stalk factor of, like, I'm running away from the killer, but he's just stalking me, and he, like, the chase isn't even really a chase, so then he could just, like, walk off and go somewhere else. I like when I'm actually getting chased. He's, like, I don't hate this guy, but I don't know. Pre-rework, I actually like. I have to go for a little. No worries. The thing about Michael is that he is just a palette shredder. Yeah, he really is. I dislike both versions. It's just stealth I hate. If it didn't have stealth, it'd be meh. I also don't like scratch Myers, especially like when they send me to an indoor map. It's so annoying. Them scratch mirror Myers. It's just not fun. I don't know. I'm gonna put him in I don't like him. I just don't think his chases are fun. I think the way he is now just doesn't interest me. I just don't find him to be super fun. I barely see Hag anymore. I feel like the higher ranks you get into, like, back when I first started the game, I saw Hags everywhere. Now, with the skill level that I'm at, I barely see Hags anymore. And I don't like going up against Hags. I love facing Hag, Chag, Trap Hag, all of it. I love facing Hag, the traps, the jumps, the counterplay. I love facing Hag. I don't like facing Hag. And the reason why I don't like facing Hag is because whenever you have a one-trick pony power, I just think it's kind of boring. Hag is easy S? What the fuck? What are you guys on? Seriously? You guys have fun against Hag? I just think she's boring. I don't like going up against her because I think she's boring. I think she falls basically in line with Trapper. She's Trapper. She's literally Trapper. Except if you step on the trap, instead of getting injured, she jump scares you. Which I guess is a little bit more, I guess, scary than Trapper. But that's it. She's Trapper. She's Trapper. So I don't know how you could... I don't know how you can say that. I don't know. I'm putting her in boring. I'd put her, like, above Trapper and boring, but she's boring. I have decided with vote on y'all. Hag is boring. Only redeeming quality is the jump scare for me. Well, yeah. Well, she's just Trapper. She's just Trapper, but, like, her trap does something different than Trapper. Otherwise, she is Trapper. Like, I don't know. And she's ugly. She really is Trapper, but maybe. Hag is boring. Hag is definitely boring. I don't have any fun going up against a Hag, honestly. It's the same tier of Trapper. I don't know what to tell you. Doctor, he's obnoxious. I think, like, the game itself, like, hearing everybody scream, like, every 2 seconds, it's just kind of like it's a little annoying to me. I know that this looks bad because so far I only have like one that's really strong up here, and then I have a one meh, and then everybody else I don't like. I promise that's gonna change. But some of these killers, especially the older ones, I'm not too huge on. Counting or not counting add-ons, everything. I'm taking account into everything, almost every scenario. Like back in the day, pre-rework Myers, I definitely would have taken into account that Judith's Tombstone and Fragrant Tuft of Hair exists, because that's annoying. I like Doctors, it's super fun. I'd put it in I like. I think this is going in meh for me, just because, like, I think it's kind of interesting to try to loop the static shock nonsense. I just think he's very overstimulating in not a fun way. Doctor's A, I like playing as and going against. Pretty solid. I also like to hear everyone scream. I think... I don't know what did it for me, but I think screaming's annoying in Dead by Daylight. And it might have been Scene Partner's fault. But I think screaming is really annoying, and it's kind of overstimulating, especially this guy. But as far as like trying to loop him goes, it's like it's not terrible. It's kind of fun to attempt to loop the doctor. I'd say like meh. I'd put him in like meh. I think I'd still prefer to go up against a Wraith, but I'd probably put him in meh. Huntress is going in the I love them tier. What a fun projectile to try to dodge. I love it. I really do. I love going around. One of my favorite things is going around a pallet, and it looks like I'm gonna drop it. So then they bring their hatchet up, and then I greed the pallet. I love when that shit happens. I love trying to dodge the hatchets. I just think that Huntress is so fun to try to like loop. She's one of my favorite killers to. I'd honestly put her above Hillbilly. She's one of my favorite killers to try to loop. And then like if I fuck up, I don't even feel too bad about it because it's like it's just so much fun. Like it's so much fun to go up against. Huntress is mad. I don't really care for her. I like dodging a lot. Dodging is one of my favorite things to do in Dead by Daylight. If you have a projectile that I could probably dodge fairly decently, I love trying to do it. It's so fun. I really do. I think it's so fun. I think the loops with her are so fun. I always get giddy every single time I see a Huntress. My original main, I love going for cross maps. And that's cool too. I've been hit with cross maps and I'm like, damn, okay, this person's gonna be goated. She's fun. Leatherface. Another one that's going and I love them. You know, I'm a greedy boy. So anytime I can try to greed as much as I possibly can, I love it. I love greeting. There are times where the Leatherface will do the chainsaw maneuver. I'll be by a pallet. I'll try to greed the pallet as much as possible. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it doesn't. You know, but when it does work out, it feels so good. When it doesn't work out, it's just like, well, I gotta do better next time. I gotta learn when to not greed. But I love greeting against killers, and these killers are like so fun to try to greed against. Dodging, depending on how you do it, is my least favorite thing, or I love dodging so much. I mean, come on, it's Bubba. He's funny, and I don't know why. I love them. I don't even care about his gameplay. I love going up against Bubba. I love going up against Leatherface so much. I think he's cool. I think he's really cool. There's not much else for me to say really about it. I just think that he's a good killer to try to greed loops at, and I greed and greed and greed and greed. So yes. Freddy is kind of interesting. Early game Freddy I feel like is fun to go up against. Late game Freddy is without having a pun, and without being corny, it's a nightmare. Because if you know, by the end of the game, a lot of the pallets are gone, so then he's just, like, setting up 50 gajillion pallets that are fake. So it gets really tough towards endgame. But I would put him in I like him. I think it's fun to try to dodge his dream snare. And I think it's always kind of fun, like, especially towards the beginning of the game, maybe even the middle of the game, when there's a decent amount of like pallets, and you notice that one of the pallets is his pallet, and you gotta like run away from it. I think it's cool. I think he's a very cool killer. I like going up against like whenever I don't know. There's a lot of things you have to think about and consider when you're going up against Freddy, because like if you and I forget about this all the time. If you heal when you're in the dream state, you're cooked. Like, I like that there's a lot of things you gotta really think about, and you gotta play strategically, and you can't really slip up, otherwise you might get punished for it. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Late game Freddy is, I love them, but I detest early game Freddy. It's so boring. I need more traps. Give me more traps, people. I think that like, overall, I think I have fun with him either way. He could be a nightmare towards endgame. But, again, well, if this was based off of, like, playing as the killer, this would be different, but playing against the killer, I would just say, like, I like him. I think just overall, I like him. Same here. The snares bore me, but I love dream palettes, so the later it is. The dream palettes are cool. I like the dream palettes. Again, I like dodging. I like trying to dodge the dream snare. If I could try to dodge a projectile, I really do. I try to do it. Okay, up next, Pig. This is going to be one of the first killers I take into account a build, right? There hasn't really been a build. Like, the Doctor build with, like, the skill checks is, like, everybody loves using that for Doctor. I don't really care. Like, it doesn't really affect me in any way. That, like, I don't mind. The Pig is the first killer I'm gonna have to take into consideration that people love Face the Darkness with Pig. People love using Hex builds with the Pig. Because if you got Thrill of the Hunt and you got Face the Darkness and then you got whatever other 2 Hex perks you want, like Undying and then Devour Hope, that's typically what it is. It's like Devour, Undying, Face the Darkness, Thrill of the Hunt. That is so boring. Because there's nothing you could really do about it. Because you're going to Scream and you take too long to do totems. And she has control of her Undetectable at all times. So that one build is really annoying. Otherwise, I would say I like the Pig. If it wasn't for that build, I might have even put Pig in I love. But because of that build and because I feel like 7 times out of 10 whenever I'm going up against a Pig, they're running that build. But I have fun trying to dodge the dash that she does. Her dash is actually quite fun. I think her dash is cool. And it feels nice whenever I get to actually dodge it correctly. And her traps are, like, I don't know. I think it's interactive. I think it's actually pretty decent. Pig is annoying like Legion to me because you have to spend so much time disabling trap like Mending. I see that. But eventually she runs out of traps. Like, my line of thinking is, like, I actually like her more than Legion because she had to earn that shit. She had to chase you. She doesn't really have much for anti-loop except for maybe her dash. That's about it. That's her only thing for chase. So, I actually think, like, she has to earn her trap, so it doesn't piss me off as much. Legion just kind of, like, pops in, hits you, you have to mend, the end. So, like, Pig has to earn what she gets. So, like, I'm actually not too upset about, like, the time waster of the traps. And I think it's good for her, because she needs it, honestly. She doesn't have much else aside from the crouching, undetectable, and the dash. Like, that's her whole bread and butter is, like, I really need to slow the game down. You know? I don't care about the head traps. They're fine, I guess. I like Legion a lot, though. I think Legion's so boring. We'll get to that. I see what you mean. Yeah, that's my thought like, obviously, if you don't like it, I completely get it. I do understand it. I guess just my thought process is just like, at least she earned it. Like, she had to earn it. Clown. Dude, this guy's so fast. Clown is so fast. I remember raging back in the day because Clown felt really fast, especially paired with the tonic stuff, the poison gas and all that shit. Okay, I think Clown is the first example of a killer that's like, they are forcing you to make a choice. You either go into the purple gas and you pretty much get fucked, or you decide, I'm not going to the purple gas, but then you run into basically nowhere, or you run into him, and then he hits you. I'm not a fan of that playstyle for killer. Clown is fucked here. Hate those pink bottles and that laugh. Any killer that's like, I'm going to force you out of this loop. You have a choice. You could either stay here and suffer, or you could try to leave it, but I'm gonna hit you. I don't like those types of killers. I'm not really a fan. I still get bad motion sickness from his bottles. I just think, like, I don't know. And it's pretty easy for him to hit his bottles, man. Like, you try to stay in a loop, it's gonna hit. If you try to W key, he's got an option. He could switch to the other bottle, throw that one, and then he gains haste. Right? So, like, he's got some options for whatever you do. And again, yeah, I'm just not a fan of killers that force you out of areas. And then when you get forced out of an area, you just get hit anyway. It's not fun. I'm unsure about Clown. I either get the sweatiest people on Earth, or it's just an instant loss with my solo queue teammates. But the other side is just super bad ones, and I win easy. I'll be lurking in and out. Legion is surprisingly fun to loop when they try using their power as an anti-loop. I'll get there. I'll get to Legion. But as for Clown, damn, you know, I don't want to. I might just say I don't like him. I don't know if I could put him in fuck tier, because I feel like there's worse killers that do what he does. But yeah, he's not. I don't think he's fun. Okay, I've talked about Spirit before in the past. Not too much. I feel like I haven't run into a lot of spirits. I feel like whenever we play custom games, we don't have a lot of spirits in our games. So Spirit just doesn't really get brought up much. Hey, let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you, hey, oh, you hate Spirit? Here's my problem with Spirit. I've said this before. Stop me if you heard me say this before. Although I am going to keep going just in case people who are watching this on the YouTube forum hear this. My issue with Spirit is that if you're healthy, you have a chance. If you're healthy, you could try to loop the Spirit. You could try to outplay her. You could try to outplay her, her ability. The second you get injured, you're buying 10 more seconds of time. Any decent Spirit player, when they hit you, you're cooked. They will immediately find you. They will, because you can't hide. You're loud as shit, and you're dropping blood. So there's nothing you could do. So when you get injured, that's lights out. You just try to buy as much time as you can when you're injured, but it's not going to be that much time, truthfully. So I don't know. I love Spirit. It's pretty fun. Oh, what's going on, HF? How you doing? Spirit is fun until you get injured, personally. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think Spirit can be interesting to go up against at first. Then you get injured, then it all goes downhill. Then it's not fun anymore. Because it's over. She's anti-ghoul. She's literally anti-ghoul. She has to work for her first hit, but her second hit is super easy. Where Ghoul is like, he doesn't have to work for his first hit, but the second hit is kind of harder to get. Spirit is anti-Ghoul, which I don't like. I think anytime, like, I'm going to put that in fuck. There's, just, I don't like that I'm pretty much always injured 24/7, because I feel like I only have one health state. And that's what sucks about Spirit. OG PS2 RE4 Premium Edition copy. Oh, wow. You found that? Jesus. If you have a window, you might be okay. I don't know. I just think... I think she's, like, annoying. And the reason why I'd put, like, Spirit below Nurse is because Nurse takes skill. Spirit doesn't really take that much skill. Like, again, I feel like as long as you're decent at Spirit, if you could get that first hit, you're going to get the second one pretty easy. So, yeah, I think she's going in the fuck tier for me, sadly. Okay. Next up, Legion. Here's my problem with Legion. I actually don't understand how most people can have fun with this guy. Like, going up against this guy. I think he's a slog. I think he is a 100% slog. And if you want to be like, well, you're supposed to mend. Mending's what you're supposed to do. This guy doesn't even chase me. He goes around, he tags other people, and then 9 times out of 10, he leaves me alone to go and use his ability more. It's boring. So what really ends up happening is I'm working on a gen. He hits me with the thing. He runs away. I mend. I go back to the gen. He comes back, hits me with the thing again. I mend again. Oh my god. And then when he finally hooks somebody, now somebody has to worry about getting the unhook. And then he tags that person, and then that person needs to mend. And now you need to mend because he found you, and then he found the other person. Now he's kind of in chase with that person. He bounces too much for me. He's bouncy. I don't like it. Spirit is going to change when weather comes into the game because thunder and rain will block out sounds. That's true. Spirit's gonna be really interesting when the weather conditions play in. Fun to get them out of their power. If you FOV tech them. Like when I'm in a chase, when I'm finally in a chase, and I'm trying to loop the Legion, it's not terrible. I just think everything else about the game is a slog. It really depends on how they particularly play with the character. I love facing Legion. Mending isn't a problem. Just a formality of the killer. But how do you don't care about just like getting tagged, having to mend, you don't even get chased? Because that kind of annoys me. I like getting chased. I like testing my might and seeing if I can loop the killer properly. Whenever they just hit and run, it's so boring to me. Because it's just like, okay, great. I guess I won't play. I guess I won't try to loop you. And that's like a majority of Legion games. So I don't know about that one. I feel like they might muffle the weather sounds like she's while she's phasing. Fuck, that's stupid. I'm fine with mending. It's cool. Then I get the super good chase I love. The bobbing around is just fun. I don't think I think the playstyle of the Legion doesn't really I don't like it. It actually goes in boring tier. This is boring. Legion's boring to me. I do not have fun. It's just straight up boring. Okay, Plague depends on my fucking teammates. Plague is solely like how stupid are my teammates. This is probably one of the only killers that is very teammate dependent. Because if my teammates keep cleansing nonstop, she's a nightmare. And I don't even blame her for that. I blame my teammates. So really, this killer is a test of like how much do I hate my teammates, or how much do I love my teammates. Because I don't care about being injured. I don't. You're going to injure me. I'm broken for the rest of the game. So be it. You want to know why? Because she has nothing else. She's slow. She has no anti-loop. But the second she gets the friggin' red vomit, it's over. It's over. It's really hard to dodge that shit. It is not easy. So Plague really, really, really depends on how my teammates are doing. And I play solo queue so much. So sometimes I get teammates that know what they're doing. And they know I'm not going to be a little bitch. And I'm going to be injured. I'm going to take the injury. And I'm going to just work on gens. Because she's not scary. Like, I understand. Oh my god. I get that people get really upset about, I'm injured. I'm fully injured for the whole entire game. She has nothing else. If you're fully injured for the entire game, it's like she has no power. She has no power. Because if you're still sick, who cares? Touch whatever gen you want. Do whatever you want to do. In fact, you don't even have to worry about healing. You get somebody off the hook, you just leave. You go work on a gen. Being injured is not the end of the world, especially against this killer. But if you cleanse and she gets her friggin' power, it's GG. It's just trials and tribulations with your squad. Yeah. Plague is fun. I like facing Plague, but I hate her SFX. Oh, I understand that. Plague more like cleanse. That's all my teammates do. Oops, all cleanse, no gens. It's so annoying. Stop cleansing against this killer, please. She gets nerfed. She gets nerfed. If you just say, I do not care, and you keep the sickness going, did they give her, like, a pity fountain where she'll eventually get her power? Because I feel like that happens, where, like, nobody cleanses, but she still somehow gets her power. Because, I mean, really, like, if you're a good survivor and you know how to loop, She's not hard to go up against. I'm gonna put her in meh, because it depends on my teammate. It depends on my teammate. It really does. I would have put her in I like, but it really just depends on the teammates. And that sucks. It's like Legion, M1 killer, constantly injured. Only difference is occasionally you have to waste 8 seconds on Legion. No, but she's not gonna bounce away from me. She's not gonna... The difference is Legion... I don't think you guys are grasping that. The difference is Legion runs away. I get hit, I have to mend for 8 seconds, and then that's just it. There's no chase involved. If she tries to come at me, like if she knows everybody's already sick, what else is she gonna do? If she doesn't have her power, she has to chase somebody anyway. So if she finds me, she's gonna chase me. She's gonna commit. So that's what's different about her. I hate hearing other people make bodily noises. That makes me cleanse sometimes if we're in a super good position. Oh, personally, I don't get like any of that. I don't care. So yeah, she's going in meh. I think she's literally one of the only like teammate type killers where like it really depends on your team. I think genuinely she herself, I do not mind. It's the teammates. I bounce 12 people all the time on plague, infect, leave. But if you infect somebody and you leave, when everybody gets infected, ideally when everybody's infected, because again, you don't cleanse, ideally when everybody's infected, you're bouncing off of people out of chase at that point? Or how are you winning? How are you have to commit to somebody eventually. Okay, Ghostface. You know, I've grown a little bit of a respect for Ghostface, at least playing as him, because I've finally learned that what you want to do with this killer is you want to not chase people, ideally. Your goal is to get as much of the stock as you can on somebody, and if they realize you're there and they run away and they just pre-run you, you just kind of like go away and you try to find somebody else. You keep your stealth as much as you can, and if you could catch somebody off guard and you can build up that stock, the ideal thing to do is to expose them and immediately hit them. That's the play. You really don't want to be in a chase for too long. With that being said, a lot of Ghostface players don't do that, and I do not mind playing against this killer at all. Because they don't... the only thing they can do is try to expose me, and that's it. I fucking hate Ghostface, you know the tier. Fuck tier. Legions also have to commit when everyone is injured. They don't... You would be surprised the amount of times Legions don't do that. I don't know why. You would be surprised the amount of times that people do. But also, and here's the other thing. People still heal against Legion. I don't really know why, but people do heal against Legion. So, whereas Plague, that doesn't happen. Or it's not supposed to. That's why. I just don't see how your reason is logical. Because you could heal against Legion. You can't heal against Plague. You have to go out of your way to cleanse. And that's a no-no. People do heal against Legion. That's the problem. That's what makes him keep using his power. And there are Legions that still use his power even when they're injured for whatever reason. It does happen a lot. That's my reasoning. Tell me when I'm telling lies. You don't heal at all when you're playing against Plague. You don't. You can't. You have to cleanse. You have to manually cleanse yourself. And then the goal is to not do that. Survivors just end up healing each other whenever they're up against Legion. Don't know why. Something you probably shouldn't be doing, but they do it. And that's why it happens often. That's why there's a lot of bouncing around. So, anyway, Ghostface. I kind of like him. I'm going to say I like him. I think it's fun. I think the reveal factor is a little bit broken. Still to this day, I think his reveal is a bit broken, because I swear to God, I look him dead in the eye sometimes and it doesn't reveal him. But what are you gonna do, I guess? He doesn't really do much of anything that's annoying to me. If I get caught off guard by a ghost face, that's just because they were skillful or I wasn't paying attention. Otherwise, you can loop this guy very easily. There's not much. And the reason why I'm gonna put him in I like is because it's very easy to loop. It's easy to keep your eye out for him. But I don't put him in I love because there's not much to play against. Like, I love these guys because I could play against something. Because I could dodge something. Because chasing is anxiety-inducing. However, it is fun to try to beat. And it's very doable. This guy doesn't have anything for me to go like, oh no! It's just kind of like a normal chase. He's an M1 killer. So. Okay, anyway. Demogorgon. I love this guy. Whenever people play this guy, it's rare these days. Not a lot of people play Demogorgon. Don't know why. But I love Demogorgon. I think Demogorgon is really sick. I think the fact that he makes his own portals, and that you can interact with said portals, really, really sick. Keeps you on your toes. The Shred, the only time I actually do not mind a dash ability. I actually like trying to dodge his dash ability. You wanna know why? Because I feel like there's a lot of different killers that have a dash, and they get to have a second dash, and that shit's annoying. So when you're going up against Demogorgon, who has one dash, one vroom, right? He pounces. I like trying to dodge it. And I don't mind that it breaks pallets, honestly. I love this killer. I think, like, trying to dodge his dash, it's the best dash in the game for trying to go up against. It's the most fun dash in the game to try to go up against. It breaks pallets, and typically that would annoy me, but for Demo, it doesn't. It doesn't. Demo is meh. Whenever I play against Demo, I just get struck with how much he sucks now, and how he needs love. He's fun, I guess, but it gives me depression. I think there can definitely be good Demo players. I don't think he's a bad killer. I think he's more or less balanced. He's one of the more balanced killers in the game, to be fair. Like, the way he could choose where he's going to plant his portals, and then you have to take out those portals. Especially if you are in the middle of taking out a portal, and then he pops up through that portal, you get, like, hard punished for it, pretty much. I think it's cool. I don't know. I like him. I love dodging Demo's power. Whoops, I read that wrong, Shadow. I do agree with Severed Sentiment. It's surprisingly the worst dash in the whole game, and I mean in effectiveness. I don't think it's that bad. I think that, like, honestly, if you were to say anybody's dash is bad, it might be Pig's. Because it doesn't even break a pallet. Like, at least Demogorgon's breaks a pallet. Her dash is long, and it's different, and it's unique, but, like, she doesn't break a pallet, he does. You know? So that's how that is. Okay. Oni. I actually like going up against this killer, too. I think that it's fun to try to dodge his Bam Bam stick. I don't know. I mean, whenever he does his roar and he's coming up to me, I still feel like I have a chance to try to loop. I feel like trying to loop this guy is fun. It's another hillbilly situation where, like, when he's got his power, he tries to dash towards me. He tries to one-shot me. Does it work? Who knows? I think he's fun. I think he's a fun killer to go up against. I love being healthy. If I'm the first person who gets into chase with Oni, I will try my damnedest to buy as much time as possible to where I'm not injured and he doesn't get any of his power. I think it's cool. I like facing Oni. Dumbass teammates can screw you, but mostly he's fun. I don't see him as any different from Hillbilly. Except it takes him a little bit more time to wind up his power. Truthfully. I love Oni, but when they bring Nurses Calling, it sucks. I guess. I don't know. I don't really have too much of a gripe against this killer. I think again, I just think I like going up against his power. If you have a power that I love going up against, that I think is fun and engaging, and I feel like it's a great time, even when I lose, because it's like, well, I fucked up. You know what I mean? But I just like it. I think it's cool. I love playing Oni too, and am a good Oni player. You are. You are. I remember the last time you played Oni, you got like, I think any time you played Oni, you basically got 4Ks. You're a very good Oni player. That was when, I remember Badger going up against you as Oni. That was when he got his first dyed as Ash. Anyway. Deathslinger is one of those projectile killers that I don't think it's like... I don't think it's super obnoxious, but it's really... It's not easy to dodge the gun. I don't know. I'd say, like... There's also, like, fun interactive parts where when he does hit you with the harpoon, you can try to break it. I think for me, I'm putting him, him and I like him. I don't really, like, whenever I see him and I queue up against him, I don't really go, like, oh, fuck. I think I go, like, ah, shit, okay, I gotta really try my hardest to try to dodge this shit. It depends. If you're going up against a friggin' Deathslinger that gets every shot known to man, good luck. But it's kind of fun to try to dodge the harpoon, and it's also fun to try to break it. Might be my fave range killer. He's cool. I remember when he was coming out, I was like, they gave a fucking killer a gun. Back when I was a really toxic survivor, man. And I was like, very anti-killer. Better Huntress, in my opinion, to play against. I don't know. I think Huntresses can be cooler than Deathslingers. Just overall. And I'm even talking like skill ceiling. And it could be a lot more fun. You go up against the right Huntress that tries to, like, snipe you from far away. It's really interesting. I do like Deathslinger, yeah. I don't mind him. I don't mind him at all. I think he's completely fine. I think his projectile is a little bit harder to dodge. But that doesn't mean I hate it. I think it's still a good challenge. I think I still enjoy going up against a Deathslinger. Slinger is my second favorite killer to go against. Absolute fun always. He's cool. Oh man, Pyramid Head is a pretty decent killer. You know, being able to trap up a pallet, a loop, so that you can get the survivor all messed up with the damned bullshit. I think that's good for Pyramid Head. There's no real way to play around it most times. If you want to stay by that loop, you're just going to get infected with that. It is very easy for a Pyramid Head to get that. But the fun comes into play when you're trying to dodge his power. When you're trying to dodge the projectile. Executioner is very unique as well in the sense of, like, there could be a wall and it doesn't matter because he could still try to hit you with this thing. And that's cool, because that's unique, and that's special. And I like him. I think I like him a lot. I think he's fun to go up against. I do not at all mind going up against a Pyramid Head. I think it's very fun to try to dodge this thing, and if I lose, then I lose. That's, you know, that's just how it is. P-Head I like. So he just has a high skill ceiling as Huntress. He just has less range. The skill ceiling goes into tinier, tighter spots that you could try to shoot through. Otherwise, I would argue Huntress's skill ceiling is a bit higher than Deathslinger. Cross-mapping is not... I would argue cross-mapping is harder than shooting through a tight hole. I'm surprised by how many people like this killer. What, Pyramid Head? I like him. I can spill some Pyramid Head secrets. I like this killer. I think he's cool. I think the only thing that's a smidge cheesy about him is the fact that he does get to have his, like, he gets to infect you pretty easily. But it's, like, whatever. Who cares? I've been hearing some people complain about his anti-loop. I got no issue with it. I think it's fun to try to dodge. So I do not mind. Blight. You know, I don't really care. You know, like, I feel like I've gone up against so many blights at this point. Like, so many blights. That it takes a really good blight main to really destroy me at this point. If you're decent at blight, I feel like I could still try to loop you. The speed factor doesn't really mean too much to me. Fuck blight, he's unfun to face and to play. He's the reason for pallet density. His sounds annoy me. His power is awful to face. Fuck tier. He's meh, to be honest. I'd probably say meh, too. I don't think his power is anywhere near as fun as, like, these guys or even, like, these guys. But I don't hate him. I could try to loop him. It's not terrible, dodging the pinball man. Yeah, I don't mind it. I hate blight. I become am when going against blight. It's the worst killer to go against. I think the only reason why I would get tired of going up against blight is whenever I'm, like, high ranks, it's always a blight. It's either a nurse, a blight, a ghoul, or, maybe, like, I don't know, maybe a Dracula. Like, those are like the really high tier killers because people love playing as them in high tiers. So I run into blights pretty often, and it's kind of annoying. But other than that, I'd put him in meh. I'd even put him, like, above these guys as well. I think I'd rather go up against a plague, depending on my teammates, but yeah. I don't know. He doesn't really piss me off as much as others. Blaze fine, I guess. He's middle of the road, can be fun, could be abysmal. Yeah. It's coin toss. Yeah. Yeah. I don't care. I think out of all of the killers in this list, aside from the Judgment, obviously, I think I've played against twins the least. I think maybe Skull Merchant is somewhere in that realm as well, because people don't really play Skull. No, I've definitely played against Skull Merchant more than twins. I don't really play against twins. Twins are kind of extinct. And the problem, here's the problem with what I just said. Since twins are kind of extinct and the only people who play twins are twins enjoyers, that obviously means they're good at what they do. And since twins are kind of extinct, whenever you're solo queuing especially, and you just don't know your teammates probably don't remember what to do against this killer. They don't know, they kind of freak out, and then they get hit by Victor, and then they get hit by Charlotte. Twins, never heard of them. Yeah, it's very rare. Gotta agree, Doctor should be higher than Blight in my book. Blight above Doctor is crazy work. I just think I'd rather try to... I'm good at the game. I'd rather try to go up against someone who's a little bit more interactive than Doctor. Doctor's not as fun as Blight to go up against. I'm just saying. Like, I'd much rather go up against Pinball Man and try to dodge that than, like, oh boy, I guess I gotta pre-drop pallet. I guess I gotta pre-drop the pallet. I don't know about twins. So the problem with twins is that, my teammates just suck. I think this is almost another case of Plague, where 9 times out of 10, my teammates just fumble against twins. I like playing twins, because nobody knows what the hell they're doing against twins. So I kind of like playing twins. She's meh. I don't really care. I could try to dodge Victor. I feel like I do okay dodging Victor. It's whatever. It's okay. I'd put her probably like here-ish. Maybe Wraith above. So, I don't know. Twins is fun. I would love them, but being slugged isn't that fun. Yeah, she does do a lot of slugging, doesn't she? I don't know. It's whatever. Oh boy. Okay, this is the one projectile killer that I really don't like going up against, because I feel like it's really easy for Trickster to hit the shots. Especially if they bounce off the friggin' wall. It's just, I don't know. I never find it. God, that animation too of like I have that animation engraved in my mind whenever I'm looping around a pallet. They would exit the animation of the daggers, and then they go back in, and then they try to throw like one or two, and then they get out, and then they go back in, and then they get out, and then they go back in, and then they get out, and they go back in, and it's like, I'm okay, dude. Okay. That animation of drawing out the knives gives me friggin' PTSD. I'm not gonna lie. Poe needs to learn it more. I don't think he's that fun to go up against. Obviously, hey, you know what? To each their own, because apparently you guys can't handle the blight. So, and the thing is that I don't see tricksters that much. I see tricksters like maybe 1 out of every 20 games, maybe. So I see blight a lot. Honestly, with the amount of people that play blight versus the amount of people that play trickster, you would think you'd be doing better against blight. I'm just saying. Hey, I'm just saying. But Trickster's a little bit more rare than blight, and I think that his projectile is more annoying. Especially now that it got buffed, too, because it's not even 8 shots anymore, it's 6. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's very easy for Trickster to hit the shot. I love watching Lynxy. I hope I said that right. Play them for snipes, kicking the baby, but they need help with all the bugs still. Oh, twins? Yeah, I don't know. Twins are whatever. I don't like them. I don't like Trickster. Trickster's annoying. I don't know how to feel about Nemesis. Nemesis breaks pallet with the might of Zeus. And it's a little annoying. What's your reaction to see Ultron in Dead by Daylight, Thanos, Venom, even Doctor Doom in Dead by Daylight? Hello, hi. How's it going, Flame? I hope you're doing alright. My thoughts on any Marvel character, I'd be okay with it. I don't really mind. That doesn't bother me too much. I have a hot take, and my hot take is if we get anything superhero related, I'd rather have the boys than Marvel and DC, but that's just me. So, only time I hate Nemi is on 2v8 because the zombies are just everywhere, but on normal game he's fine. The zombies have a knack for always being right next to me. All the time. All the time. Nemesis is goated, S+, love dodging the whip. He has pure aura, and the zombies make me laugh. He's one of those killers that you really just don't... You want to greed pallets. Because if you drop a pallet, you're just say goodbye to that pallet. It's over. Because he'll either try to get you with the whip, and even if he misses, he still breaks pallet. It's kind of obnoxious. The zombies are also kind of obnoxious. As somebody who... Now, I don't mean to brag. But as somebody who doesn't bring in any items as Survivor, because I just feel like I don't fucking need them. Whenever I don't bring in a flashlight against a Nemesis, I do feel like I'm a little bit cooked because zombies just get away with chasing me out of stuff. Which is kind of annoying. What's my favorite scary movie? Evil Dead. The Evil Dead franchise, period. Almost done with a Gen 2 zombies. Trying to heal zombie. Yes, the zombies fucking... They can kiss my ass, the zombies. I almost think that the zombies are more annoying than the friggin' pallet whip. At least you could, like... At least you could, like, save the pallet by not even using it. The zombies are just friggin' jerks. So... He's meh. He's meh to me. I think I'd rather go up against him than Doctor. Maybe Twins. Maybe, Wraith. No, I'd rather go up against a Wraith. I'd rather play against a Wraith than play against Nemesis. I think he's meh. I don't know. Oh, yo. Okay. I don't know if I like Pinhead or if I love him. But I think he's fun. He's got everything I need when it comes to a game where it's like, dude, keep your eye on that box. Keep your eye on that box. Somebody needs to go get that box. You got it. Someone's got to go do it. I really like the interaction. I think the interaction's cool. And then his portal thing with the chain, I like trying to dodge it. There you go. There's another killer I like trying to dodge. I think he's got enough going on that I just really like playing against. The box depends on your teammates and the time, and if you're able to do it, and if you can't, you gotta really hope your teammates do. Pinhead's impressive. I like him. I like him a lot. He's got a lot to offer that I think is fun to try to play against. Have you seen the new Evil Dead movie? I have not. I have not. I don't really have too much of an interest to, but, I mean, maybe one day I will. I have never played against a Xenoblade. I came in too late. Oh, what? Well, it's rare, but you could still try to run into one. Did you see that DVD people talk to the Teletubbies people? Huh? The DVD people tried to talk to the Teletubbies people? Hopefully they failed. Pinhead is okay. I don't like being restrained at loops. It's so annoying. As long as people get that box, you know? Just do the puzzle. Nobody knows how to play against him now. I feel like I'm the only one going for the box, and when I'm in a chase, Chain Hunt just stops. Or starts. I like him, though. I think he's cool. This is how Springtrap should have been. Where, like, he's got a projectile that I like trying to dodge, but also it's important to go for the other passive ability that Pinhead has. Springtrap should have had that same thing with the cameras, and I'll die on that hill. Fuck you. Artist is, like... So, we know for a fact, unless you're playing on a 2-level map. So we're talking the game. We're talking Resident Evil, Raccoon City. We're talking Midwich. We're talking... What else has 2 levels? Any map that has, like, strictly, like, or not strictly, but, like, mainly 2 levels. Oh, my God. Even maybe, like, Hawkins, right? Like, those indoor maps with 2nd levels, Artist is not stellar, but any other frigging map, she sends her crows wherever the hell she wants to send her crows. She will find you. You will get hit with it. She will chase you. She will force you out of a loop. It's so fucking annoying. She requires a lot of thought to counter. It's either you W key out of the loop, but when you do that, she catches up to you because she's a 4.6 killer. Or you get hit by the friggin' burb. It's so annoying. Give me my loop. Let me use my loop. And then I can't even run away. I get hit. I get hit regardless. I get hit. She's a 4.6. I'm calling it. She needs to be 4.4. I don't care what you people say. I don't care if you people are like, no, she needs to stay 4.6. She needs to be 4.4. She desperately needs to be 4.4. She'll die even further on indoor maps with 2 levels, but every other map that doesn't have 2 levels or barely has 2 levels, she's cooking. Go face her on stream? Exactly. I do want to say, every time that happens, nobody actually proves it. Nobody actually proves it. Exactly. Yeah, see, Rose and I feel strongly about Artist. This is not news. I know Rose has the exact same opinion I do on Artist. Artist is... I don't even like playing Artist. That's how much I hate this killer. Like, I don't even like playing as her, because she's boring. She's boring. It's so boring. I hate her. I think she fucking sucks. 4.4 will ruin artists? Yeah, I don't care. Good. Good. Use your crows. You have your crows. Why does she need the extra point two? Why does she have the extra point two? Either you can't have it both ways. You can't be able to plop down your friggin' crow and then, oh, the survivor's now W keying out of the loop because they can't stay there. Oh, well, Artist just catches up pretty quickly because of the 4.6. Imagine haste perks on Artist too. What do you do? What are you doing? How are you successfully going up against the Artist? It's so crows are easy to dodge. Damn, I wish I could get you in a custom game. God damn, I wish I could get you in a custom game. I can't though. I literally can't get you in a custom game because I'll eat the crow on it. If I see in my game, I don't want to see clips. We could run into low tier god friggin' terrible artist players that were born yesterday. Anybody could do that. Anybody could show clips of that. I want to be there in game and see what you guys do. I want to be there. And I want to see it. It's terrible. Anyway, Sadako is also not fun. 4.4, you can just leave the loop and it's over. Good! Good! Yes! Good! Place your birds better instead of saying, no, you're out of this loop, and then I'm going to track you down after you leave this loop because I'm going to catch up easily. Good! That's my problem! That's my issue! Is that like, she gets away with it. She straight up gets away with it. It's annoying. I hate it. Yeah, Sadako is not fun either. Sadako, here's the thing. Oh my god. Especially when it's a Sadako that bounces around just and really wants to hit condemned. I've run up against a couple different Sadakos that have done no chases and they just bounce. Especially when your teammates are terrible, right? And they're not even trying to get rid of their condemn because a lot of people, oh my god, solo queue is a nightmare sometimes and she is one of those nightmare killers to go up against on solo queue because it really does depend on how your teammates are playing and it depends how she plays. I also will say, not the biggest fan of whenever a killer, and this goes for Spirit too. Not a big fan of whenever a killer phases in and out of shit. I just want to know exactly where the hell you are. so that I can do a better job. And you can say, well, that's a skill issue. I just think it's annoying whenever a killer can phase like that. What happened? I haven't played Dead by Daylight Survivor in like a month. Oh yeah, Rose is saying, because I saw Rose's comment. Yeah, get your excuses in early. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not too big on Sadako. I don't really care. I think she's kind of neat to play as. I just don't really care to play against her. I'm gonna say I don't like her. Not a fan. Dude, Dredge is another one where it's like any killer that says screw your loop, I don't like. I want my loop. I want to be greedy. And you know how much I love greed. I love greediness. Greedy. I could be greedy. 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 Whoops. Greedy. Greedy. I could be greedy against all of these killers. I could even be greedy against him, her, him. I just don't like, again, he's got really nothing to him loop-wise, so it's just like, whatever. I could try to be greedy against this guy. The lower, as you'll notice, the lower the killer, the less greed I have. Or the less, either the less greed I have, or they're just straight up annoying. Like, Michael, I could probably greed, but I just don't like him. I like when I can actually be in my loop and try to stay in that loop for 24 hours a day. If I can go without dropping a pallet and staying there and being a greedy son of a bitch, I'd love to. Killers like Dredge, like Artist, like Clown, ruin that experience. Because I'm kind of forced to leave. I'm just gonna someone plays during customs, but I've got my WWE match log ready to show. Yeah, I don't care, because you could have went up against the dumbest, crummiest artists to ever grace planet Earth. Don't find him as annoying as artists. You can sometimes bait him to use the portal. I'm not gonna put him in this same tier. I think he's going in this tier. I think he's going in the I don't like him tier. That's probably where he's going. You were given 20 pallets. You use your 20 pallets? No. You want to know why? I got scolded. There was one time back when I was a new player on DBD, I got scolded for using up pallets, and I'm like, I'm never doing that again. So I greed the shit out of every pallet I see, because I want to keep that pallet up. I want that pallet to stay, and god damn it, if I throw that pallet, I would much prefer if it was 3 minutes after, not 3 minutes, but a minute after looping in that spot. Most desire for 5-gen chases makes this whole tier list make sense. I want to loop for as long as I possibly holiness can. With the level of God tier. I want to be able to loop as much as I possibly can for as long as I possibly can. I love looping. I love when I'm able to actually loop. And when I go up against killers like this, or like this, this isn't so much like, again, she's okay to loop at first, but when you get injured, it's over. I want to loop and I want to greed. I really do. So, Wesker is the most middle of the road, like, I do not care killer of all time. He's got the dashes. That's all he's got. I could try to dodge the dashes, but he's got 2 of them. So, mostly I try to just stay away from him. I like to keep my distance against this guy most of the time. Or go behind shit. Corners are my friend against this guy. But, I mean, I'd probably put him, like, above, like, I don't know. I'd probably say, like, he's probably top of meh tier. He's whatever. I don't really have, truthfully, I don't have much opinion on him. Like, there are really good Wesker players out there who can use his dash really well. But it's just a dash at the end of the day. I used to hate Wesker, but I think I was mainly a skill issue. I found him so hard to dodge, but lately I've been enjoying dodging his dashes. It's just whatever. It's fine. I'll take it. I don't cringe when I see him. A lot of people like using him. I don't cringe. I'm just like, okay. And it depends on how they play. It really does. I love facing Knight. I don't know. Do I have any other thoughts on this guy? I mean, like, okay, here's the other thing, too, right? I like interactivity, right? Pinhead, his box is interactive. That's really sick. I think they did a good job with it. Freddy, waking up, that's interactive. I like that. The traps, I feel like you know, Pig earns it whenever she gets it, and I don't mind going through them. Adds a new layer of fun, right? Both of the infection stuff for Nemesis and Wesker, I don't care for. It doesn't tickle my fancy. It's just something you need to go do to not be... To not have whatever effect you're having. It's not annoying, but I wouldn't say it's fun. Like, this is fun. Like, going up against the puzzle box is fun. This is not fun. This isn't bad. I don't hate it. It's just nothing to me. So... Knight is S. Banners are interactive and reward being able to loop the guards. I'm like... Oh, I don't know how to feel about this killer. Because I've escaped this killer a plethora of times. I really have. But how much fun do I have going up against him? I don't know. If you're in a 3-gen situation, goodbye. Like, that is the most boring end game possible. You do not want a 3-gen against this killer. I mean, it's... If you're in a predicament where the guard is on top of you, but he is also on top of you, that could not end well, because that's pretty much just a free hit on his end. I don't know. It doesn't... I can't really decide on Knight, because I don't face him often. I feel like whenever I don't know. He's whatever. I love 3-gen Knight. You gotta play so smart to win. Don't even get me started on 3-gen Knight. I don't like 3-gen, period. I feel like a doofus whenever I 3-gen. That or my teammates ruin me. It's one of the two. It's either I ruined us or my teammates ruined me. And either way, I don't like a 3-gen, period. So to be fair, that's not an exclusively Knight problem. I feel like whenever you 3-gen almost any killer, you're going to be in for a bad time. Unless it's like Trapper or Hag. I don't know. 3-gens are not good either way. I love facing 3-gens. It just clicks to me. Well, hopefully you don't actively go out of your way to 3-gen, because that's not good. SCS? What are we talking about? Him, her, him? I don't know. These guys, like... I'm putting Knight in meh. Maybe I like him more than Doctor. Maybe I like him more than... I don't know if I like him more than Twins. Maybe I'd prefer to go up against him than a Twins player. Because typically Twins players are like a new breed of like, they just really like playing their killer. There's a lot of people that play as Knight and like, who cares? Some of them are really bad. Not a survivor, but as killer, I'll actively force a 3-gen to share my fun with the survivors. Okay, well, obviously that makes sense. I'm just saying, as like a survivor, I hope you're not actively trying to 3-gen, because that's just dumb. Not counting Knight, it's Singu Xenomorph. Oh, okay. Okay. You said what then? Whoopsies. I just caused a whole domino effect. SCS? So you don't like this guy. Okay, sorry. I had a brain fart for a second there, guys. Okay. Skull Merchant? Skull Merchant? Boring. I don't know. Boring. I think Skull Merchant's boring. What does she offer that's any type of fun? You know? In what world does Skull Merchant really offer anything that's any type of fun? I'd rather go up against Skull Merchant than these guys, but I just think she's boring. I don't think she offers anything. So, that's pretty much about it for Skull. That's all I can really say about Skull Merchant. I mean, she's got her little drone things that are pretty easy to go up against. Who cares? I just feel bad for Skull Merchant. I just think she's boring. I don't want to play her, and I don't want to play against her, because I think it's a boring match. Scully was fun pre-gutting, but now I just like facing her because of the atmosphere and her power being interactive. Okay. Here's the thing. Her power's interactive, but who cares? There's no stress. I feel nothing. Like, Cenobite can be stressful if you don't do it correctly. And it's a good kind of stress. There's no stress against this killer. I do not stress. I don't stress at all. Yeah, she's interactive. What else does she do, though? Nothing. She does nothing. She's a nothing burger. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like her. I think she's boring. She also sucks, design-wise. I said what I said. Like, how am I ever supposed to take this seriously? Whoa, I'm just a girl with Freddy Krueger claw. Alright. I don't know. Sorry. That might piss some people off, but that is the truth. I think she's boring. I'll never forget when she was coming out. Oh my god, was that a letdown? Was that one of the biggest letdowns on planet Earth? Especially when we thought it was gonna be like Predator or something. Xenobyte is, I only have 2 matches against him on both. My team sucked ass. Happens. She's born to me as well. She's dodging drones, sneaking up behind it and disabling it. That's about it. Yeah, I mean, come on. When you're a one-trick pony, like what? One-trick pony, one-trick pony, one-trick pony, right? Like, these guys are one-trick ponies. Yeah, and look, you could say the same thing, like, oh, but Huntress is a one-trick pony, but why do you like her? Because it's more fun to dodge her hatchet than it is to go up to a drone, hit a quick time event, and then call it a day. Singu can go fuck himself. Almost. I almost think Singularity can go fuck himself. Because, here's the thing. I'm not a big fan of... I just don't care about getting rid of the cameras. Can I keep it a buck with you? Because if I get rid of the cameras, yippee, now he can't, like, go to whatever gen or whatever the hell, he can't plant his thing on me. But he knows I'm there. Regardless, he has information. No matter what he does, he has information. And then on top of that, holy shit, he fucks pallets in the ass. He absolutely destroys pallets. He absolutely annihilates pallets. An endgame Singularity could be a nightmare. Depending on if they are a full endgame build or not, endgame Singularity is a real, genuine threat. This killer's fucking tough, man. This killer's got a lot of utility. Even getting the damn thing to get rid of the cameras, those boxes take forever to finally be done with. Be over and done with. So you can take it out. You have to wait for that shit to 3D print. Forever. This is like, we're like, dude, Xenomorph and Singularity are night and day. Like, Singularity, you get rid of his ability, but it takes so long to do. It takes so long to do, and when you do it, he knows where you are. He's got, oh, you got rid of my camera that was above this generator? Gee, I wonder where you are. And then when you get rid of Xenomorph's power, he's just fucked. You could place turrets pretty freaking quickly, and pretty easily, too. It's just... He has to walk his ass over there, though, and replace the cams. I don't think that's a problem. You also have to pre-drop pallets if you stop. But if you pre-drop pallets and he shoots his thing at you and you're across the pallet, he breaks the pallet. His ass breaks the pallet. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if you don't drop the pallet and you try to pallet stun him, yeah, well, like, who the fuck cares? Like, he's complete anti-pallet. And his cameras, he has information all the time. And it takes so long to get rid of the cameras in the first place because it takes forever for the 3D printer shit to actually go through. Favorite killer to face? Bro, do you... That's like if somebody was like, I like burning my hand. I think that's fun. So you're fucked either way? Yeah, because I always forget that he could do that too. I have to always remember that when he shoots his thing, if you're across a pallet, he's just gonna break it. Show me infected. You cannot loiter around while infected. You gotta get that shit gone right away. Yeah, right away when it takes 5 years for the 3D printer to print its shit. And then you go back on a generator. And then fucking, oh my god. You need to get rid of the shit that you have on, right? And you need to get rid of the camera that's up there. Here I am working on the gen. Camera up there. Let's just say he shoots at you. You run away. You find a thing. You bring it back over to the gen. You try to get rid of that camera. You get rid of the thing that is attached to you. He at any point can come back to you. It takes so long to get that shit going. Just find a recharge box. What if it's in Topeka? What if I'm in fucking New Jersey and I need to go all the way to California just to get a goddamn EMP? Besides, you don't even know what your teammates are doing, if they're taking boxes, what they're ending up doing with the fucking EMPs. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. This is interactivity that's done really poorly compared to Cenobite, and I will die on that hill. I will die on that hill. It's really easy to just go up to the box, pick it up, and then one or two things happens. You either get to solve it and you move on with your day, or Pinhead fucking teleports to you. Or secret option fucking C, number 3, he finds you, and he's able to try to chase you while you're holding the box, which could spell disaster. But that's a skill issue that, like, you would have to, like, really fuck that up. This takes forever! He's an M1 killer for how long? He could easily plant another fucking thing. He could easily plant another thing. And then he could easily shoot it at you, and then he's not an M1 killer anymore. Not at all. Way too many singularity cheaters that make it seem real. So they have unseeable pods. And then they immediately infect. I don't know about cheaters, but I fucking hate this guy. I don't like this guy. I would prefer to go up against this guy than Artist. But I hate this guy. I do not like this guy. I think he's a chore. I think he's a chore and a half. And I think looping him is not fun. It's just not a good time. Xenomorph, on the other hand, is kind of fun to loop. I like trying to dodge the tail. Poor Xenomorph kind of gets fucked over because it's really easy to plant the turret and then the turret just flames the friggin' Xenomorph. But there is some interactivity there. The tail whip, is it the coolest thing in the world in regards to the Xenomorph? No. But is it hard to go against? Is it fun to go against? I think it's fun. I think it's fine. I got no issue with it. You gotta really be smart about it. If you vault a window or a pallet and the Xenomorph's right there, your ass is getting shot. You gotta really know what you're doing. You gotta predict what they're gonna do with their tail. And I think that's completely fine. I got no issue with it. So I'm gonna put him in I like going up against the Xenomorph. I think Xenomorph's pretty shway, pretty sick nasty. Okay, Chucky, here's the thing. My genuine only complaint about Chucky is that he's so fucking small. I have no other issue with this killer. His ability, I do not have an issue with. I do not care. His tiptoe, undetectable shit, don't care. My literal only issue with this killer is that he's so tiny. I am getting used to his footsteps and the way he works with that, and I feel like it's not impossible for me, but, I don't know. The height is a bit of an issue. I love Xenomorph S tier, but I would like a rework for more accurate power. Jason is just better Xenomorph. Jason's just better Springtrap as well. I think I see a friggin' spider out in the living room. That's disgusting. It better not come over here. Better go away. Anyway, I either love facing Chucky or hate facing Chucky. It hasn't isn't a build thing or a skill thing. It's genuinely just sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Meh, to even it out. I fucking hate Chucky. They made him too small. Like, yeah, he's small. That's my big gripe with him. He's tiny. He's a small fry. Otherwise, I don't care. I'm putting him in meh. I don't know. I think he's meh. I think I'd actually rather go up against a Chucky than... No, I'd rather go up against a Wesker. But I'd rather go up against a Chucky than any of these guys. Okay. Unknown. Oh my god. I love facing Chucky. Chucky is so fun. It's interesting. It's interesting to go up against him with his size. But his size does fuck me up a little. Dude, Unknown is so sad. I feel bad. Chucky's a silly little fella. I really like him. He's not bad. One other killer does the small thing worse. I think, maybe I know what you're talking about. Unknown is fun as hell to face, but like demo, I got depression. Well, he's interactive because of the teleports. You could get rid of his teleports that he drops, and his UV thing is pretty fun to try to dodge. I would say I love him. I'd say I love going up against him. It is just very sad because he is a bit weak. He is a bit of a weak killer. Unknown is so fun to play against, but damn it, he's impossible to play. I would know. Yeah, he's not easy. He is not an easy killer to play as. And that is big unfortunate. He's very tough. So, goddamn. I do love going up against him, though. I do love what he does and trying to dodge it and trying to get rid of his stuff. It's scary, too. He's spooky. But that's about all I can say about him. Let me do a little bit of glazing here. This fucking killer is one of the best killers that they've ever put out, period. Not only to play as, but to play against. So much so, I almost want to put this guy, like, fucking close to top tier. Like, maybe I like Huntress and Hillbilly more, but this guy is close up. This guy is very high up for me. Oh my god. The chests, the rolling of the dice, getting an ability, a magic ability to try to, like, see his aura whenever he does, or see an aura of something whenever he does a spell. So cool. So cool. The trapped chests, the other two D20 shits that you could get. It's so fun. It's so fun. His abilities, I love his abilities. I think that, how could you hate this guy? Like, how could you hate this guy? I think the only thing this guy has that can be a bit of a pain in the ass is the one add-on that puts the skeletons to the floor. That's a little bit unfortunate. But other than that one add-on, this dude is really fucking cool. I love this killer. Vecna is the funnest killer to play against. He needs to be higher than Huntress, or that's heresy. I like dodging the fucking the hatchets, man. You just don't understand. You just don't understand. I like dodging the hatchets a lot. I like greeting pallets. I do really like going up against Lich, man. And he's one of the most fun killers to play as, period. Just genuinely. You feel the power when you're playing as this killer. It's crazy. It's something that I can't feel with any other killer. I feel powerful when I'm playing as this killer. I love this guy. And I love going up against him. He's a great time. I like him a lot. And then we have this guy who almost stole his flow. I do not want to badmouth Dracula too hard because Werewolf is in here and Werewolf loves Dracula, and I completely understand that. Dodging hatches or dodging skeletons plus all the other things. Dodging skeletons is not as fun as dodging hatchets. All you do is crouch. And if he's, and like I said, if he has the add-on where it puts the skeletons to the floor, it's not as easy to dodge those. You are probably just gonna get fucking hit. I like dodging hatchets more than dodging the, where the fuck did she just go? Dodging the skeletons. But I still like dodging the skeletons. Read my thoughts on the count in the last message. While I love playing as Dracula, he's one of my favorite killers. I gotta admit, he's just fine. Wolf is demo with extra steps. Wolf is demo, but better. But only for info or cutting off loops and Hellfire's Peak. Look, I think the werewolf form is so fucking annoying. His actual Dracula form, I got no issue. His bat form, I got no issue. That werewolf form is fucking obnoxious. He is tiny, he is small as shit. He is small as shit. And he is a better Demogorgon Shred. Because he's got 2 pounces. And it's fucking obnoxious. He's my favorite killer to play, but against it's alright. I like Dracula, he's an A tier, but weirdly, some Dracula mains, like, really suck, and it's insane. I can... He goes to either I don't like them, or he goes to meh. The wolf form is doing a lot of damage to him, because, like, I don't mind his like, main fucking Dark Lord form, right? It's whatever to me. I could try to do shit against that. The wolf is just so annoying. I think I'd put him in meh. I think I'd probably put him, like, bottom of meh or some shit. Bro, Howlmaster? I don't know, man. This might be another meh killer. She's a one, you know, I hate saying this again, because I know I have some killers up here that are one-trick ponies. But she's a one-trick pony, but the one trick she has is, like, whatever. It's so crazy how we, like, almost disagree on everything. Like, I feel like almost every placement I have, I disagree with Severed. Like, completely. Like, I don't know how many things we have in common when it comes to this. Because I feel like every time I say, oh, I love this killer, Severed's like, fuck this killer. And every time I say I'm not a fan, or I think this killer is like, whatever, Severed's like, I love this killer. It's like if the Hatchet and Huntress were separate and you had to think about it both at once, to be honest. It's whatever. I don't know. It's just, I think my problem, you want to know what another issue I have here is? This killer was out long before this killer. So when you give me a new killer, I've been playing for hours before this killer existed. This killer comes out, is like along the realms of a Huntress in terms of how you want to anti-loop. It's just not impressive. I don't know. I would say, like, I don't know. Hellmaster's an A, it's just worse Xenobite. You know what I think really gets me about Houndmaster? Do you want me to be dead honest with you? You're not just dodging the dog and then calling it a day. When the dog gets sent out, she has another chance to try to get you. And I find that to be a little annoying. They are doing this constantly with killers now, where it's like, well, if you fail once, you have a second chance. And then they fucking put out another killer like Springtrap, where they don't have that shit. Well, you fail once, you're fucked. Say sayonara. You're eating shit for the next 6 seconds. But when you're playing as this girl, if you fail once, maybe you'll get another shot. So maybe there's a bit of a bias here. Maybe there is a bit of a bias. Nox, what's going on? How you doing? I don't know. She doesn't bring much to the table that's, like, really unique. I think she's meh. I'd put her, like, maybe, like, here. Maybe, like, here sounds good. Ghoul? I love going against Ghoul. I love it! If you hate going against this killer, why? Genuine question. Why do you hate this killer? What is it that this killer does that is so bad? What is it that this killer does that's so terrible? There is nothing this killer does that is obnoxious. I said it. There's nothing this killer does that's obnoxious. And if you go up against a good Ghoul main, you just have to applaud it. I'm sorry. It takes skill to play Ghoul. And that is my genuine thought process. So with that being said, yes, I get hit easily the first time. 9 times out of 10. It's pretty easy for that to happen. But the fun part of the looping comes after you get injured, because the Ghoul needs to really play their fucking ass off to make this work. They have to turn into Wraith and try to body block your pallets. They gotta beat you to the pallet to body block it. That's their goal. Because they can't do anything else. If you're in a dead zone, you're fucked. Just don't go to a dead zone. Just keep going to different pallets. It's easy. I like going against Ghoul. The hate is so overrated. He's B or C+. I fucking love going against this guy. I think it's so much fun. I think it's so fun to watch him try to dash at me. And I think it's interesting every Ghoul match I play. Every Ghoul match I play. I only hate him because he makes my frame rates go by. Okay, well, that's a valid reason. I understand that. I get that. I just think, like, anybody who's like, oh, he injures you. What do I do? You loop. After he injures you, you loop. The best he can do is body block. Look, I get when people hated him before. He was brand new. Nobody knew what they were doing against him. He was also broken. He was literally broken. His shots would hit when you're through a wall, so it felt really sad and unfortunate. But it's not like that anymore. Not that much. I'm sure maybe you'll run into a Ghoul like every one out of every 20 Ghoul match, and they'll hit you through a wall, maybe. Not sure. But that's pretty much over and done with. I feel so strong. I feel no strong way about Ghoul. It's like Legion, but with worse vibes. No, I think he's awesome. I think he's fun. I think he's so fun to watch. Okay, Springtrap. Dude, I almost want to put Springtrap on, like, the tippy top of I like them. And the reason why I say this, and why he doesn't make the cut for I love. I do really like this killer. He is teetering. Understand this. He is teetering on the edge of I like and love. The reason why I feel like I in my Kingdom of Hearts I have to put him in this tier is because he fails when it comes to the interactivity. He fails so hard. His axe, whatever. Again, I love dodging shit. Dodging the axe, no problem. The aura bubble, no problem. It adds a little bit of an interesting rub. Maybe there's Foxy's hook. You know what I mean? The doors. As a survivor, why are you going to the doors? Genuinely, truthfully. Unless you're like, I want the Five Nights at Freddy's experience, and god damn it, I'm gonna force myself to go on this door, I'm gonna use the camera, which I have done, admittedly. I'm gonna use these cameras, and I am going to reveal Springtrap. Did you enjoy wasting your time? Was it worth it? Did you enjoy wasting your time? And that's what's so sad about this killer. If they gave him, just give him something. Give him something. I hate when people say, "Oh, just take away something. Just when you reveal Springtrap, then he loses." Shut up! What do you want him nerfed to the ground? As a guy who's played Springtrap for hours, that is not what you do. You have to give him something that gets taken away. It has to be something attractive that you would want to take away. And there's so many people that are like, lure accuracy, I need him to be undetectable. For what? His loud-ass footsteps, you could hear him from miles away. Undetectable is not going to do anything. You're really going to go on a door for the cams for undetectable? No. You need to give him something powerful. So I do love him. I like going up against him. The interactivity, the fact that the cameras exist but they're not worth it, puts him down to I like. Springtrap's gotten worse to go up against, not because of his kit, but because he's so overused and easy to go against now. I could see that. Springtrap is pretty bad and desperately needs a doctor-like rework where all they did was make him actually work better. They need to give him something that gets taken away from cams. Straight up. Straight up. Because not only could he use it, like, desperately, because he's kind of not in a good spot right now. He's the definitive, like, C, B tier killer. I would give him something extra that helps him out, but you could also take away as Survivor. And then I'll put him in I Love. And then I'll do it. I just hate that he has mechanics that don't get used. And I don't want to stay too long on this one fucking topic. But holy shit, the fact that his axes can hit doors and shut the doors off, why would you ever do that? The fact that it's a mechanic tells me they really wished that the cameras were something that were very important. They're not. They're not. Anyway. That's enough of that. Krisu. You're not really dodging her projectile. You're not really gonna dodge her projectile. Like, at all. You're not. Because it's pretty easy to hit. So, I think you kind of have to go in thinking, like, every time you get chased, you're gonna get hit with this shit. Krisu is super fun if they know what they're doing. Shame that literally no one I've ever played against feels like they know what they're doing as Krisu. Overall, I like them. Krisu is a rarity. I was talking about, like, killers I barely played against. Krisu is up there. I think I played against less Krisus than twins. I think I might have played up against more Judgments than I've played up against Krisu. And to be fair, when I did play against Krisu in the PTB, that was when they initiated the whole, like, anti-camp, anti-tunnel, anti-slug. So every Krisu I was going up against was getting fucked. I love Springtrap, but I can't deny he's in a really bad place. I wouldn't say, like, really bad, but he needs some help. Stuck on life support, he needs a medic. Let me play Krisu with you. I'm going to show you a cool Krisu match. Her whole power is just big lung. I like her design. It's fine. She's just got, like, a really good dash ability. I don't know. I'm just gonna say meh. Like, I don't really feel any huge way, like, towards this killer. I'd probably say maybe, like, here. Maybe here's correct. for Krisu. I hate her head flight, FOV. Makes me extremely nauseous. I get that. Vecna. I like dodging. This is a joy to try to dodge against. Vecna is a joy to try to dodge against. I like it. I think he's got some good interactivity with the clocks and the... If I only could make a deal with God. Right? Just as fun as Vecna 1, both are peak. I would say, like, Vecna is probably, like, here-ish. But I think the other Vecna is better. I think the other Vecna just has more to him. This Vecna is just dodge simulator, which I like trying to dodge a bunch of fucking weird trap things that come out of the ground. I don't mind it. I think it's kind of fun. But that's him. You know what I mean? That's all he's got to him, other than the interactivity of the get rid of his bullshit thing. Vecna just has way more. This Vecna. But I do like him. I like him. That's not to say I don't like him. I like him. He's fun. Jocelyn. Bro, Jocelyn? Jocelyn is pretty fun. I fuck with him. I feel like people have stopped playing Jason, though. Like unironically. I feel like when Jason came out, he was all the rage. And now I feel like when I get into live server matches, I don't find him as much anymore. Like, I feel like the Jason hype died. Vecna 2 is alike. It can sometimes feel unfair when they're super bad. And I'm being unpredictable as always. That I start outplaying myself. I always find that I do good against Vecna at first. And then when I get hit once, my fucking rhythm dies. But I like Jason. I think Jason's fun. It's another just dodge the projectile, and it's a projectile I feel like I could dodge pretty well. So I like it. Jason, the reason we all can... And I know, here's the thing. I want to really call something out, because especially if people watch this YouTube video and they're gonna... Let's just say some of them watch it all the way through. You're gonna think I'm a hypocrite, right? Projectile, love him. Projectile, love him. Projectile, love him. Projectile, love him. Projectile. Projectile. Projectile, teetering on love and like. So why is Houndmaster so low? She just don't got that sauce in her. Can I be fucking for real? She just don't got that sauce. She just doesn't have that aura that everybody else has up here. I just do not find her as fun. I do not find her as like, I do not get giddy when I hear a Houndmaster. It doesn't happen. Jason, the reason we all came together in this community. Yeah, Jason is... that is true. Okay, as far as Judgment goes, it's really hard to tell. I haven't gone up against a lot of, like... Only towards the end of the PTB did I go up against good Judgments. Judgment is tough. I need to play up against Judgments more. Oh my god. I need to play up against Judgments more. But I'm so far thinking that she's in the I like category. I need to get used to her more. So the Judgment can definitely change at some point. Maybe she goes down, maybe she goes up, but currently I'd say I like. I dislike Jason. Jason doesn't like you either. Okay, I'm sorry. That's fucked up. What makes Jason different from, like... Well, okay, you don't like fucking Huntress that much. I don't know how you feel about Springtrap. But, I mean, it's a projectile killer. Judgment right below Billy for me. I appreciate killers that take hella skill. Watch what you say, because Nurse takes hella skill. But if she's really good, that's annoying. Which I might end up having that same opinion with Judgment, but I hate going against her, to be honest. It's too annoying for me. Same with Vecna. I just outplay myself too much. I can see that. Judgment is a battle of wits, just as it is physical battle. I think she's cool. I think she's cool. So if I were to order these guys real quick. Final order. I am confident in Springtrap being at the tippy top of I like. I'm gonna drop Ghostface down just because he doesn't really have much going on for me to do anything against. It's just really easy to loop against him. I'm gonna say that maybe Vecna is actually in second place here. I'm gonna say, maybe rethinking about it, maybe Pig is above Freddy. I'm gonna say that Xenomorph is above Deathslinger. And I'm gonna say, for now, Deathslinger's above Judgment. I think that this is my like. As far as love goes, I would probably go... Shit. I'm really firm on Huntress just being my favorite. Like, Huntress is just my favorite to go up against, period. Hillbilly, I'm pretty adamant about keeping him here. Leatherface, I'm pretty adamant about that. Vecna, I'm pretty adamant about that. I would probably say Jason after that. Then I'd probably say Ghoul. Then I'd probably say Pinhead. Demogorgon can sit there. I'll put Oni last. I think that's my order. I think that is my order. And as far as this goes, this is my order. I would rather go up against Spirit than go up against Singu. I'd rather go up against Singu than go up against Artist. Yeah. So, there you go. Okay. Nurse Loki has low kill rate, meaning most nurses are just trash or new players. I can't really hate on her. Gotta wish Houndmaster could 3-gen easier. I'd play her so much more if she could. Maybe, did I do a tier list on how fun killers are? Did I do a tier list on, like, my personal favorite killers to play as? Because if I haven't, maybe that could be its own tier list as well. But that's going to be it for this tier list. To anybody who stuck around and watched this fully on the YouTube side, again, make sure you come on over to streams every Sunday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a lot of fun. We get a lot of interactions here, and you could join it. You could be a part of it. So, also, make sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell, hype up the video, like it, comment down below. Who is your favorite killer to go up against as a survivor? Who's your least favorite killer to go up against as a survivor? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, alright. I guess the only thing I could say at this point is, peace out.